Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy Saturday. Yeah, Saturday vibes, baby. Saturday vibes. We're going to get into what you guys want to talk about. What do you want to discuss? But first, we're going to talk about some updates to the new independent XRPL Foundation. We're going to hear from RippleX, from both RippleX and from the founder of XRPL Lab, Vitse. Then going to hear from that dude as well. I hope I said that right, Vitse. I hope I said that right, bro. Yeah, Saturday Night Vibes, Saturday vibes. Let's hang out for a little bit. Let's get into some stuff. How does it feel to be cleansed from that yucky stuff? Does it feel good? You feel good about it? I feel awesome about it. Hope you guys feel the same as well. I didn't get to portfolio my portfolio last night, man. Hung out with Miss Crypto Siege for a little bit. She was working a ton. I was working a ton. And then we hung out for a bit. So I didn't get to re-portfolio my portfolio. Maybe we'll do it together. And what's this? The XRPL? The XRPL has a dev problem? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. We got into a little back and forth with Mr. Huber about that. I can't wait to continue with that, see what's going on. We went back and forth a little bit. And I think he responded, but I had to clean up. So we'll see what else he's got going on. We'll have a little back and forth. And how about that? How about that? We're gonna have a little back and forth without blocking one another, I would suppose. What a revelation. What a revelation. I suppose this back and forth, and I think it's gonna continue on because I think he responded. I suppose that's gonna end with an agreeing to disagree. What a revelation. What a revelation. I'm going to share an example of some adulting for the XRP entertaining content creators who can't seem to grasp the concept. We'll get into that. Leo Messi is in the building. Look at Peter came in. Peter came in correct, bro. Peter says, smash the like. The dude came in correct. Smash the like already. What's going on, Peter? How are you, bro? Leo Messi is in the building. Mr. XRP all in. Do you watch that what do they call that stuff? Is that a preseason game? Do you watch that preseason game, bro? With the New York Football Giants? I didn't watch it, but it feels like it was looking good. Bet is in the building. What's going on, my guy? What's going on? We're going to go a little back and forth with Mr. Huber. We'll do it together. He believes that the XRPL has a dev problem, and I disagree with him. I believe that the devs have an XRPL problem and the community problem. But we'll get into it. We'll get into that as well. Mr. XRP, oh, you did? Okay, very, very cool. The running backs were looking good, huh? Running backs were looking good. Ha ha. Screw Saquon. Screw Saquon. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love Saquon. Saquon did the community, did the team very, very well. Did very, very well. So, mad fan of Saquon. My son happens to be, we're in a household, Mr. XRP, where the freaking whole household is NFC East. You want to talk about losing control of your family? The whole freaking family is NFC East. Got Cowboy freaking fan, God dong and freaking Eagles fan, and Giants fans. What the? I lost control, bro. I lost control. But that's how my children are, I swear. If dad says E, okay, what are we playing? What game are we playing? And dad chose what? A, okay, let's all choose B, C, and D. That's my family. I love it. Independent thinkers. I love it. I love it. So yeah, so we're gonna get into that stuff as well. But I definitely want to talk about this foundation. It'll be Saturday vibes. We'll hang out and kind of talk and see what you guys want to talk about. But I want to cover the posts from both RippleX and Vitse Win from XRPL Labs, kind of giving a little bit more insight and updates to the new XRPL Foundation. I find it fascinating. Oh my God, Frank says, go Giants. What's good? We got some Giants fans in the community. That's nice. Hey, Frank, where you checking in from, bro? Where are you checking? I don't think I've seen you check in before. Where are you checking in from, my guy? So I do find it interesting from Weed Say When in the post, he mentioned the XRPL ledger community. And guess what? It wasn't just made up of just Ripple. Important distinction. Now, I know this really is a body blow to the XRP entertaining content creators. I know it's a body blow to them that it's not all about Ripple. It's not everything is just Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse is the savior. I know it's heart wrenching for those dudes. Oh, you're from New Jersey originally. I hear you, my guy. I am from New York, NYC originally. Well, Brooklyn originally. I kind of figured that. Indeed, I hung out in New Jersey in Roselle, New Jersey. First time I ever witnessed every single thing, every single entity being named by the town, Roselle. It was Roselle Bank and Roselle Groceries and Roselle Car Wash and Roselle High School. It was all Roselle. Interesting. First time I had experienced that. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome to the channel. So we're going to get into that post from Say When and from RippleX. RippleX was a little on the mellow side, but I do like what I did. I heard from Say When. We're going to get into that, so stay tuned. Do me a favor and hit that like button if you didn't do so on the way in, like my guy Peter did. Now's your chance. Just collapse the chat, go smash the like, and then come hang out with Crypto Siege and the fam. We always like to have just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. The reason why is because that helps to get the channel out to more people who don't know TJ Jackson, that there's a new financial system being built right underneath their nose with a level playing field without the need for being an accredited investor or some institution, that they can participate in a level playing field. This is the way to let them know by hitting that like button. It gets the channel out to more people because we need more of us in this space. We need more of the average Joe and the average Jane struggling with debasement and inflation. We need them in the space, and this is how you guys can do your part to help make that happen. And by the way, if you happen to have been watching the Crypto Season, you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, just see that little subscribe button there, no worries, just hit that subscribe button. You can change all of that up. We're trying to get that about 50% of people who are doing that down to about 25% on a mad dash to 10,000 subs, because then we're going to be doing some next level interviews with people like Raw Paul, Gary Cardone, and others. Yeah, I'm gonna do some interview. I'm gonna flip it a little bit and do more of those interviews, test my skills in that space. Test my skills. So I hope you guys are going to be patient with me. I'm sure I'm going to be mumbling and bumbling and stumbling around till I get it. And I will get it. Promise you that. TJ Jackson's in the building. What's going on? Jungling says like button smash. Look at Jungle. Came incorrect. TJ Jackson says, hope all is well with everyone this morning and afternoon. Appreciate you checking in, TJ Jackson. It's a great day to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is a digital asset space. Jungle, Mr. Huber and I have had a little back and forth on X. Thus far, no one has blocked the other one. How about that? This is how adulting is done. No one has blocked each other as of yet. And I think he's still responding to some stuff that I responded to. So we're going to do that on the stream together. Going to do a little back and forth. And I mean, think about it. Think about it. Think about it. We may just get to a point where we just agree to disagree and just continually live our lives without running down the freaking lane of cancel culture and Twitter police madness. What a freaking revelation, Bat. What a revelation. To just agree to disagree and move on with our lives. Life is good. Pookie is in the building. What's going on? All right, family. Listen, I think I said hello to everyone that checked in. Let's go over CoinGecko because, we got to go over the market. The market is still just doing what the market does, but we'll cover it. Hey, Jungle, I didn't get to reportfolio my portfolio last night. I didn't get to do it. Hung out with Miss Crypto Siege and didn't get to do it, but I'm going to do it today. I already decided it's going to be FET because of the tokenomics. It's going to be FET. Let's go over to CoinGecko and then we'll get into if you guys have some assets, out of the 20,000 plus, if you have some assets currently outperforming Bitcoin year to date. All right, so let me refresh this again, make sure this is good. All right, so according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is up 1.2% and is currently at 2.21 trillion. The Bitcoin dominance numbers is off. They need to start plugging into Flare for data. CoinGecko needs to start plugging into Flare for data. As I'm told, the dominance is 57%, not 54%. Bitcoin dominance is 57%. So in any case, Bitcoin is trading at $60,595 again. And on the 30-day is up 5.7%. Ethereum is trading at $2,600 again. And on the 30-day, it's down 16%. Interesting. And Solana is at $153 again. And on the 30-day, it's up 11%. Let me see. Did I? Yeah, I'll share that later because I shared something about the new Solana gaming platform on Solana with 1 million active users per month. Now, I just saw the article. I didn't go into the depths of it, so I don't know the name of the platform or whatever, but I think I saved it and I'm going to share it. All right, XRP is trading at 59 cents again. Look at these numbers for XRP. Look at all that green across the board right there. Shoot, on the 24-hour up 3.5%, on the 7-day up 5.7%, and on the 30-day it's killing the game at 36%. Interesting to see that with XRP. My guy, high altitude investing, is expecting big things, especially at these 40, 50, and 60 cent prices for XRP, especially for those people coming in and getting stuff at 40 and 50 and 60 cents. They're going to be happy to get new all-time highs. So, yeah, look, XRP is killing the game on the 30-day. SUI is at 24%. I'm glad I kept my SUI when I exited that liquidity pool, Jungle. I almost didn't keep those SUI tokens, but I kept them. So on the 30-day, XRP is just killing the game. That's pretty sweet to see. Helium, the Helium is the Web 2, Web 3 play, where the Web 2 product is Web 2 consumer facing. The technology behind it is Web 3, which is Solana. Seems to be the move. I missed all of this. I have no Helium HNT tokens, and I looked at this months ago when I looked at Devour Go and when I looked at Hive Mapper. But they're getting into IoT as well. Those people over there are doing okay in that Helium ecosystem. Where's the meme coin? Where's the meme coin? This is a real project with hotspot stuff and Helium Mobile competing with they either hooked up with T-Mobile or is competing against T-Mobile and AT&T, market share out in the real world. Where's the meme coin? Everybody keeps getting it twisted because they're listening to XRP entertaining content creators instead of for themselves popping their head outside of the XRP bubble and taking a look around. on the 30-day that this thing is 107% in the 30-day. Now, what is going on with that? I don't know, but I do know they're into the Internet of Things, and they're building an ecosystem in the Web 2 space with a consumer app and growing its network. What's backing it is Web 3 technology. 107%. Even with those outages back in the yonder days. My point to this is when the XRPL makes itself more accessible to builders, the builders will build things like this. Solana is awesome, but it is not anything of value in 3 to 5 seconds for less than a penny. We got them by a zero, vet. We got them by a zero, baby. We got them by a zero. We just got to have devs be able to build the things. But we'll get into that when we get back, and we'll get into the back and forth with Mr. Huber on X. But my gosh, these people are doing OTE. I don't know how many of these are crypto people. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But they're doing OTE right there. Because I know this thing launched for less than a penny. Let's check it out. All right, market cap's $1 billion. Fully FDV is $1 billion. 24-hour trading volume is 28 million. Look, circulating supply, what's that? 90%? 168, 223, 75%. Not bad numbers. Circulating supply to max supply. Look at these. Look at these numbers. My land. All right. What was the all-time low for this thing? No, it wasn't less than a penny. It was 11 cents in 2020. Only 5,500%. Who says this Web 2, Web 3 thing connection can't work? Of course it can work. And it's probably the way. This thing is 88% down from its all-time high. Holy smoke, I didn't know that. I mean, it's not 90%, but still, all-time high on this thing was $54. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Something, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, is this I wonder what kind of play you would call this, where it's a Web 2 consumer product built on Web 3 Solana, leveraging the things that Solana has to offer. What kind of play would you call that? I don't know. Is that a depend play? I have no idea. I don't know, but I think Flare Networks is going to be doing this. And projects on Flare Networks are going to be doing it. I really do believe it. Major exchanges, no DEXs. But if you go to Jupiter, you can always get a Solana token. If you go to jup.ag, you can always make a trade there if you prefer to do it and not use centralized exchanges. So in any case, just wanted to cover that. Let's go over to some stuff, Jungle. You know, it's only about 8 or 9 things that are outperforming Bitcoin year to date out of 20,000. It's only about 8 or 9. I always question if you were able to pick a couple. It's important, fam. It's important. We gotta get what it is. We gotta get what the market is, not what we hope it to be. Everyone's hoping the market to be some utility, institutional driven thing. Everybody's hoping for that, but that's not what the market is. You know, maybe most people should plan according to what the market is and stop questioning why the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, and just accept that that's just what it is. So look at this meme coins killing Bitcoin. Which the one? Dog with hat here is a meme coin on Solana. It's at 26,000% win. I remember that with Matic. That was awesome. 456%. Pretty good. Next is Brett. It's a meme coin on base. It's not, it's some, can I say 10,000? 10,000% versus Bitcoin. Killing the game. Next is Bonk, another meme coin in Solana. By the way, the top narratives are meme coins, AI, slant gaming, and then RWAs. Are you, as an investor, planning accordingly? Are you adjusting to what the market is giving you? So that's 3 meme coins. And then there's Mantra, man. I don't know if you knew it, Jungle, but Mantra is an OG in the Cosmos SDK ecosystem. Mantra. I mean, 7, 8, 9 years, 6, 7, 8 years, somewhere around there, and just had their moment in the sun this year. Isn't that interesting? The hedge fund investor, the hedge fund owner said the biggest challenge with retail is not being patient for the right price and then not being patient for the project to do its thing. Mantra is a prime example of that, in my opinion. And oh, by the way, with all that dumping and all the ETF stuff going on, and that crash we had and all whatever, guess who was not dumping Bitcoin and Ethereum? The sophisticated investors. The 21 shares and those people were not dumping their Bitcoin. It was retail that was dumping their Bitcoin. Different perspective. Right? So we got 3 meme coins. Now, who's doing 100% or greater is what we only cover versus Bitcoin. Not that there aren't 40% better or 50% or 60% or 70% vet, but we like to do 100% or more. So we got Arweave that, they're not just file storage, they're in AI now. They kind of announced it. They got a new product or new feature to their blockchains. I think it's called AOS or OS, something like that. Arweave, we can look it up. Not just file storage anymore. 105% over BTC. Ondu is the RWA play. Notice that the narratives are the things that are winning versus Bitcoin. Arweave 105%. Ondu is 131%. What else we got? 100% or more. We got Solana at 209%. No, but Solana meme coins, but Solana. Netting 250% to 300% year over year of that. But people keep talking about, oh, but Solana meme coins, it went down. $203 for Solana. Floki is another freaking meme coin. 175%. Now, a lot of people get confused with these narratives if they think they got to go all in on a narrative. No, the narratives are in the 10%. The narratives are in the 10%. In my humble opinion, the 90% of the ones that are netting you year over year returns. Why? Because you can buy it and you can hold it and get a net year over year return of 40 to 300% on that money. Right? So Floki is another meme coin. Pepe, another freaking meme coin. This is an Ethereum. By the way, these guys stole the idea of the original Pepe. A lot of people don't know it, but that's what happened. I'm told. I'm told that Pepe coin is actually the original developers and builders of Pepe. But they let it get housed. They allowed it to be stolen from there. And that's how we got Pepe. This is what I'm told. So we got 5 meme coins. Goodness gracious. 5 meme coins. Right? Then we got another AI play in BitTensor at 100% over BTC. Another AI play in that narrative. The open network is in the play, interestingly enough, of the Web 2 space on the Web 3 blockchain. That's what time is. The open network. It's that kind of play. I don't know if that's a DePen play or is that I don't know what you would call it. Is it a Web 2, Web 3? I don't know. But that's time. And not is on time, but not is only at 75%. So we can't bring that one up. All right. So Pepe, what else we got at 100% or more? And the question is, do you own any of these? I don't know if it's too late to get it. I don't know. That part I don't know. But I just do believe, and the reason why we share this is I believe that the tokens, the few of them that are outdoing BitTC right now, outdoing Bitcoin, it will most likely continue to do so, especially when the dominance begins to change and the altcoins begin to run. That's just my hypotheses. I don't know, but I'm going to monitor it and see what's good. Jasmine is the IoT play in Japan, interestingly enough, with former Sony executives. Interesting. Jasmine coin. Interesting. I found this late, but I did find it. Then there's Marinade Solana, 225%. It's very, very similar to the liquid staking platform on Flare Networks called Scepter, where for some reason they got some little bit more incentives and give you a better return if you stake that as just opposed to just holding Solana. So that's why it's doing a little bit better over BTC. We have some Marinade Solana. What else is there? Fetch, the play, I think, with Ocean Protocol and AGI now FET all together. I think they call themselves artificial super intelligence or something like that. That's at 102%. It's an AI play. Kind of feel like you see the AI play and you see the meme play, and they're outperforming Bitcoin. I mean, people can kind of argue it with it or just accept what it is and plan accordingly. And if we count these up, Vet, it's about 11 to 13 in total that are 100% or more outpacing Bitcoin, 11% or more. And 5 of the 13 are meme coins. That means you would have had to pick 8 out of 20,000 and got those picks right that aren't meme coins. If you have a disdain, a lot of people have a little disdain for the meme coin thing. You got to pick. You got a choice of about 8 that's outdoing Bitcoin at 100% or more. Now, yeah, 8. Now, are there others, we're going to count from 8, that are doing 10%, 20%, 30%? It's better than underperforming, right? XRP is underperforming as compared to Bitcoin year to date. The vast majority of the market is. I'm going to try to count these. I don't know how well I'll do. But if we start with 8, Celestia would make 9, Akash would make 10. Injective is 18%. I mean, we can count it. It's 11. Stacks, BTC play, level 2. That's 12. Render, 13. Helium Mobile, 14. I don't know what FTN is, 15. It's not hard to count the greens. 16 with Near, the AI play. 17 with Caspa. 17. I mean, are we going to count BNB at 3.55%? Okay. We'll count it. 18. 18. Not 19. Rune on Thorchain, 20. 20. Oh, no, Bitcoin. No, Bitcoin Cash is red. 20, fam. 20. Peter. Leo Messi. 20. 20 tokens. 20 tokens out of 20,000 plus projects. 20, bro. That are outperforming Bitcoin. And question is, do you have any? Do you have one? Do you have a few? How do you feel about my thesis? I'm going to let you guys answer this. How do you feel about my thesis that tokens that are currently outperforming will continue to outperform? If Bitcoin is killing the game in dominance now, in other words, all the liquidity is going to Bitcoin, and you got tokens yet and still outperforming Bitcoin year to date, what's going to happen when you get the flipping? I think those that are outdoing Bitcoin will continue to do so. And in total, I mean, I don't know. This is just a hypothesis. And in total, there's only 20, Bubba Smith. 20. And at best, we have September, October, November, December, 18, what's that? 12 and 4, 16 months left. And that's at best 2025. It could be June of 2025 or July. Only 20, bro. Did you pick it? Did you pick a few? I don't need to know the answer. You need to know the answer. Rudy Pooh's in the building. How are you, my friend? I mean, let me know what you think. Do you think that hypothesis is correct, has a chance to be correct? Let me know in the comments what you think. I'd love to hear from you guys. Alex Wright checked in. How you doing, Alex? Shout out to Rutgers football, says Frank. Michael Marchese is in the building. Yo, from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. How are you, bro? Michael says, Jungle, did my words about BK influence your meme? Did you do a meme or something, Jungle? Bubba Smith, afternoon siege, watching on delay, but not that far today. Oh, nice, man. Appreciate you checking in, brother. Appreciate you checking in. All right, so let's get into this while we wait for your comments. Let's get into what should we get into? The back and forth with me and Mr. Huber? Show the XRP entertaining content creators how to do the adulting thing? Should we get into that, or should we get into the update, some more info on the new XRPL Foundation? And let's hear from RippleX and from who else? We'd say when. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's hear more from our guys. We'd say when. I'll save the back and forth for later because we can do the Saturday vibes as well as we're doing a back and forth. Because the back and forth with Mr. Huber is about XRP, the XRPL having a dev problem. And I disagree with that. So that's kind of what the back and forth is. And it's also about one of the comments underneath that post where people were saying that they don't want to risk their assets. They don't want to risk their assets. Anyway, we'll cover that. We'll cover that. All right, so let's go over to, I know Vet is waiting for that back and forth about the XRPL devs. Guys, do me a favor and hit that like button. That would be super, super cool. Again, if you didn't hit it on the way in, no worries. Just collapse chat and go smash the like and then come hang out with the Crypto Season fam. All right, so where did we hear from Beat Say When? Here it is here. This is some interesting stuff. Some interesting stuff. All right, We Say When says this. Ecosystem players coming together to shape the new future of our XRPL ecosystem. An ecosystem that is multi-protocol, multi-network, multi-participant, and allows for different focus groups and chapters to participate, contribute, and thrive. And by the way, you got to give props to Ripple in this regard as well. the willingness to say, we should have done something like this sooner, but it's better late than never. I think it's important. You got to give credit where credit is due. You can't just point out the failings. You got to give some props. You got to give them their flowers, right? An ecosystem when it's due. You got to be able to speak about the good and the bad. You don't want to back yourself into some corner where you can't speak truths. An ecosystem that is multi-protocol, multi-network, multi-participant, and allows for different focus groups and chapters to participate, contribute, and thrive. I'm proud to be here after quite some years for what I hope will be and assume to be the XRPL Renaissance. I will be contributing in different shapes and forms to XRPL Labs, to Zahao, to the new XRP Ledger Foundation, to be, and he says jungle, and of course, this Inc. FinTech thing, whatever that's going to be. My role at the new foundation, the new independent foundation, will be to bootstrap, share knowledge, democratize infrastructure operations. That's a big one. And pave the way for more participants to contribute and share resources as a chapter of an inclusive new XRPL foundation. So he clearly will be in both, doing both things. That's what it looks like to me. He'll be doing some stuff with this Inc. FinTech thing on a bigger picture type deal, and he will be contributing in part of the new, he says, as a chapter of an inclusive new XRPL foundation. For now, please hold your horses. We'll soon host a space to explain more. And says the outlines for this thing can be found here. Now, I think I pulled it up, but I don't see it. Is it this one? Yeah, here it is. Let's take a gander together. Evolving the XRP Ledger Foundation by XRPL Foundation, XRP Labs, XRP Commons, XRPL Commons, and Ripple. It'd be nice to get that gatekeeper out of the way of innovation for the ledger. It's going to be massive if they do it. If they freaking do it, it's going to be massive. Hey, and Jungle, you guys know what gatekeeper I'm talking about. You got to get rid of that. We don't need that. A new chapter of collaboration within the XRP Ledger community is beginning. Organization, including XRP Labs, XRPL Commons, the current XRPL Foundation, Ripple, and other prominent members of the XRP community. I wonder what they mean by prominent XRP community. Other members of that community came together recently to discuss how a more effective, inclusive, and visible XRP Ledger Foundation could be established and what the road towards that looks like. Very curious about this prominent members of the XRP community. I don't know who that was or what that was, but anyway, and what the road towards that looks like. Ongoing stewardship, democratic governance. Why would you need to bring up democratic governance if we already had it? Contributions, both technical and non-technical, massively important. Community and developer engagement, because, you know, the XRP entertaining content creators would believe we don't need more devs and would promote such nonsensical things. community and developer engagement, and more are all central priorities. All right, let me read that again, because that is, all right, so democratic governance, contributions, community and developer governance, contributions, oh boy, democratic governance, contributions, community and developer agreement, and more are all central priorities. They're all central priorities. The community, developer engagement, democratic governance, and contributions. So all central priorities, not just one entity, not just Ripple. I know this is tough for some. And more are central priorities to what a future foundation could enable with the expertise and support of those who have long been involved in the XRP ledger ecosystem. Support and expertise. Support and expertise. The overarching goal of this new foundation is to provide long-term security, growth, and effective decentralized contributions to the XRPL. One of the most important near-term outcomes of these discussions is the decision to transfer existing XRPL Foundation key assets to the new independent foundation. This new foundation is set to feature a governance structure designed. This new foundation is set to feature a governance structure designed to represent the broader XRP ledger community, including developers and users. This is where you find out about people willing to participate and actively participate, not holding on to the ledger for dear life with their XRP, including developers, users, academia, validators, and infrastructure providers. Nice. There is more to come, such as fully detailing the charter, governance, and other specifics for the new era of the XRPL Foundation. But know that the contributors are working diligently to address these opportunities. This update marks just the beginning in our ongoing commitment to ensuring the XRPL Foundation meets the diverse needs of the entire XRP ledger community. Massively important. And those who are willing to tell the truth recognize the lack thereof and didn't hide behind cancel culture and Twitter police and don't be negative. Nonsense. As part of this process, the existing XRPL Foundation team has established a new inclusive financial technology foundation. We heard about that stuff, paving the way for a future foundation entity to be incorporated. As announced separately, the existing XRP Foundation team has created and will focus its efforts on the IN thing or whatever. Best of luck to the team on the future endeavors, and the community thanks you for all of your dedication. Like I said from the beginning, Jungle, the INFTF thing was kind of a walking away. They're going to go solve the world's problems, and we got this new thing dedicated to the greater good of the entire XRP ledger community, which includes users. Massively important, big stuff. Shout out to Vice Vin. Shout out to them. I'm kind of liking that. We're gonna RippleX had like a few sentences. So we'll share that. But that was from Vice Win of XRPL Labs. So yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. And the thing, Jungle, is your concerns, right? My worry is that they want to shift cost, but not power. Let's hope it's reasonable. But the most important part about that is your concerns will not be in some vacuum where it can't be heard, where it can't be addressed, pondered, considered. Now they will be without this gatekeeping thing that goes on that is currently the way things are. That's the difference. That's the difference. Rafi's in the building. What's going on, Rafi? Jungle Inc. says pay an annual fee for your name on the charter, but no power. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I'm not that whole idea or concept personally, and I'm going to voice those concerns. This membership stuff and things like that. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. I just don't think that that is going to work at all. I think it'll do more harm than good with this membership and these different levels of membership. I don't think that works. What needs to happen is researching the DAOs that have been around for a minute, where you don't see the infighting and the challenges and all that kind of stuff that are thriving. What are they doing? What is that looking like? Maybe look into Arbitrum DAO, maybe look into the Maker DAO, and see. There was another DAO. I know a foundation can be a little bit different than a DAO. But learning from those different type of organizations, right, that have been here for a while and seem to be doing okay, you can learn from them. So hopefully there will be people, especially the deep divers, that can find the ones and kind of take some of the good, right? That's what Flare Networks did. Flare Networks came into the game and checked out the scene, took a look around and said, okay, those things work well. And those things, yeah, they don't work so well. And adapted. That's what Flare Networks did. And I've posted on X plenty of times that Ripple should have been taking some pages out of the book, Flare Networks. I posted that plenty of times on X. I don't think there's any shame in that. And learning from those who seem to have gotten it right, gotten some things right, most things right. I don't know. Some things right that you haven't gotten right. Nothing wrong with that. There's no shame in that game at all, right? So let's see what RippleX had to say. Did I share their post? Maybe I didn't share it, but I do have it, I think. We'll see. Theirs was just a few sentences. Let me find theirs. In reference to the new deal. That got an interesting post here as well. Let me see if I can't find RippleX's, their take on this new independent foundation. Let's see if I can find that. And then I could have sworn I had it, but don't look like I do got it. Oh yeah, there it is. It is there. Let's share. Let's see what RippleX has to say about a thing. It was kind of short. Yeah, it is short. It is short. But anyway, we share. Share, that's fair. Where is it? I was just world. There it is. Is that it? That is it. Okay. I'm probably sure this is the same blog. Yeah, it is. All right. So RippleX said this. Great discussions recently on the evolution of the XRPL Foundation into an entity that centers on collaboration, transparency, and serving the broader needs of the XRP ledger community. Sharing initial plans built alongside XRPL Labs, XRPL Commons, the current XRPL F, and more. So that's from RippleX. And For me, I'm not big on this paying a thing unless everybody can pay the same thing. I'm not big on these kind of classes and kind of separating people by memberships that they pay. I'm not big on heavily weighted XRP holders having more say than others. I don't think that works. If you want to be rewarded for having heavily weighted in XRP, find a mechanism that doesn't have anything to do with governance to, make that happen, like participating in Moy Finance, for example. That'll give your weighted XRP whale bags some relevance, but not in the governance of the XRPL. So there that is there, fam. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. That'd be super, super cool. Let me see what's going on with the likes. See if you guys are helping. Independent XRPL Foundation. Let's refresh this. Let's see how many likes we got going on. Michael Marchese. Check the likes, see what's good. Refresh the stream and see what's good. And we're going to get into this back and forth with Mr. Huber, see where that stands. 15 likes, that's awesome. Appreciate it. We got some 80-something views. We can get, if we got 80-something views, we should certainly have more likes than that, don't you think? Contact Foods in the building. How are you, bro? Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. It's the best way to help the channel get out to more people that are hanging out, watching YouTube videos about, I don't know, another shooter discovered running away from that tragic event that happened with Donald Trump, President Donald Trump. So it'd be super cool if you guys get that like button and change the game. That would be awesome. 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 What's going on, Kung Tech Fool? How are you? Frank said from New Jersey, says, shout out to Rutgers football team. I hear you. Their basketball team might do a little something this year, Frank, just to let you know. The college basketball team might do a little something. It's going to be interesting to see how well they fare. All right, so what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what else you guys want to talk about before I go over this little back and forth about the XRPL has a dev problem. The XRPL has a dev problem. Van Decken is in the building. How are you, my friend? Checked in. He said, word. So that's interesting to me. The XRPL has a dev problem. I disagree. I think that devs have an XRPL and community problem. The biggest of them obviously being the devs have an XRPL problem. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, David Schwartz said, by the way, just recently, I'm thinking 2024 recently, sharing publicly. This is what he said. There are not a lot of developers who know how to build on the XRPL. That is a fascinating statement to happen in 2024. Why do you think Easy A app came into the game? There's not a lot of developers. This is 12 years later, a revelation that there's not a lot of developers who know how to build on the XRPL. That should be an eye-opening statement. That should make you tune out every time the XRP entertaining content creator says, we don't need more developers. You just tune out that part, and then you can continue listening if you dare do so. Okay? A vet, that's an alarming statement. That's an alarming statement. Anybody pay attention to that? Anybody say, huh, there's not a lot of devs that know how to build on the XRPL. That means that the XRPL doesn't have a lot of dev, doesn't have a dev problem. It means that the devs have an XRPL problem. Now, in 2024, the answer response to that, there's not a lot of devs that know how to build on the XRPL, have been these side chains, have been these bridges to connect to other stuff with the EVM thing, so that these other ecosystems of devs might decide to build something by way of the EVM that can migrate or bridge over or connect to the XRPL. As of today, that's the response to there's not a lot of devs that know how to build on the XRPL. Think about that. Then you got to throw in the other challenge. Since there are not a lot of devs that know how to build, there's not a lot of building going on. So there is no TVL, there is no liquidity in those kind of things. So Ripple, is major props and flowers. They're trying to figure it out. But we can't hide behind the truth and not accept what the truth is. In order for us to go to where it is that we want to go, we got to begin with where we are. The biggest challenge with these XRP entertaining content creators, they keep starting from where we want to be. That's where they start. Instead of starting from where we are. Though that's the fact. David Schwartz said it. There's not a lot of developers who know how to build on the XRPL. Again, this is not mentioned, as far as I can recollect, until 2024. Did EZA app come into the game before 2024? I don't think so. Tung Tech Fu says, I'm excellent and I'm loving living permissionless. Nice, bro. And being my own bank. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You seem like a good candidate for our Patreon group, bro. Alex Rice says, not a lot of developers on the XRPL. David Schwartz addressed the issue. But again, we didn't know about that issue. I didn't know about it, how, I don't know if it's difficult or easy. I don't know what it is. But if he says they don't, not a lot know how, then not a lot know how. We gotta figure out, okay, we figured out the challenge. Now let's go tackle it. Not try to hide it. Let's go tackle it. That's the challenge of having a company that's trying to preserve an image. That's the challenge. With the DAO and the governance, you ain't got to try to protect in some image from some shareholder. You can address publicly the issue and welcome people to help address the challenge. That's why a DAO and a governance is massively important. But when you're an entity with some shareholders, you got to put this, you got to put this face on. You understand? That's the difference. Because if you're an entity that's looking to go public, the community is not the number one concern. I'm sorry to tell you. But those are just the facts, bro. It's just the facts. It's just the way it is. Property Risk says, hey, Siege, I was just listening to your last video and had a look around and had a little look around while listening, and boom, there you are. How about that? How about that? Appreciate you checking in, Property Rich. Property Rich says, so do we keep changing the game every 2 years? No, you cannot keep doing that. You have to get the price up, slowly making some changes. This has been going on now too long, without question. It's been going on too long. I spoke my truth to the community, I don't know, a year and a half ago. I said the challenge with the XRPL ecosystem was way back yonder. That's where the challenge happened. Way back yonder, 2012, 13, 14, I don't know. When Schwartz and Thomas decided to take a gig as opposed to starting a DAO or some type of governance. And I can't say that I blame them. But that's when, in my opinion, the challenges occurred. But again, I can't say that I'm going to fault or, go negative on some young person that's going to get steady income, shares in a company that they think can be the next game-changing company, and XRP. Property Rich, can you fault some young 20-something-year-old put in that position? They didn't hold the asset XRP, right? DAOs and governance, they start with the XRP. They start with the asset, right? Those DAOs and governance, they start with the XRP. Now, I don't know if they could have pushed and said, let's fund this foundation and or DAO or governance. I don't know. My guess is they could have. They had some examples, I would imagine. Remember, there was some few Bitcoin forks. There was the Bitcoin Foundation, and oh yeah, that would be about it. Bitcoin forks, Bitcoin Foundation. So I don't know. Maybe this whole idea and stuff of the DAO governance wasn't exactly a thing yet. I don't know. But to me, that was the issue. Hung Tech Food says, I'm down. I will put joining your Patreon on my to-do list as soon as possible. There you go. I appreciate that, my guy. Right? So that's my argument. Now we're going to go through a little back and forth with Mr. Huber. We'll see what that is, what that's looking like, Jungle. I don't know. I posted some stuff, and I don't know if he's reposted again or not. So we'll go over that back and forth together. But that's how I see it. I don't think that the XRPL has a dev problem. I think the devs have an XRPL problem. By the way, the XRPL problem and the community, by the way, and the community. The devs have a community problem as well. I'm going to cover a comment where the people, one of the people in the comment from Mr. Huber is people don't want to do stuff with their assets. Like they're scared. You know what I mean? Right? Like my mentor used to say, it's no such thing as risk. There are people that are unskilled. You got to learn some skills. You make things less risky by acquiring more skills. Sure, there's always going to be a smart contract risk. Sure. But you can up your skills on that. You can up your skills in checking smart contracts. There are 2 or 3 platforms out there, infamous, if you will, for helping you check smart contracts, giving you ratings so you can plan accordingly. Out there right now, Property Rich and Contact Food for you to check out. I watched the videos. They're out there. That's why I say the most important thing for an XRP investor or any investor, but especially this community, is to be willing to pop your head outside of the XRPL bubble and take a look around. We got to stop with wanting to be spoon-fed information, spoon-fed, spoon-fed information that makes us feel good about our investment. No, you need to be alarmed about your investment. You need to be double checking and fact checking and triple checking. Is this the best thing out there, or are there some other things? Not being spoon-fed hopium only. John Diver says, I don't want to take my assets off your ledgers. You don't have to, bro. You don't have to, but I would ask you this. Are you here to create wealth and possibly generational wealth for your family? I would make the argument that everyone has 1% to take a look around to see what's going on. Everyone has the opportunity to take some time to level up their skills to create $100 a day cash flow business. Everybody can do that. Everybody can do that. Ultimately, what should probably happen is the retail investor should level up their skills to become a sophisticated investor. Sophisticated investors coming into this space understand that they are in a business. This is a business. Once you get that, once you understand that, it can be life-changing. Once you understand portfolio risk management, it can be life-changing. My mentor used to say to me, CJ, you can't afford to be lazy in learning. It costs too much. How in the world are we going to have XRP holders not know how to get on the XRPL? How is that possible? And you want to put that on who? You don't want to take ownership of that for yourself. You want to cast that blame on someone else. But you came into this space and you want to be a sophisticated investor? Make that make sense. The reason, the biggest challenge, in my humble opinion, is a lot of people are distracted by being hoped up and don't want to take the time to level up. That's exactly right. Jungle Inc. is summing it up perfectly. I just don't understand this, this 100%, what is the zero sum, excuse me, the zero sum game. Everyone thinks this is some zero sum game. I don't understand that. Why? Jungle Inc. says, I have crypto I hold for investment. I also buy crypto to use. They don't have to be the same bag. This is exactly right. 1,000% right. This is what I was trying to get across to Mr. Huber in our little back and forth that I'm going to get into. Because he asked the question, how many people are sophisticated enough to risk assets? Think about that question. The question should be, how can we get more people, more retail people to become sophisticated investors? Not making excuses for those who haven't decided to go on that journey. One's whole life's journey in the digital asset space does not have to be about getting wrecked. Sophisticated business owners get wrecked and they figure out, they learn from it and move on again to the next thing and to the next thing until they figure it out. That's what we have to do here. Sure, there's going to be some L's. Sure, there's going to be some bumps. I said this plenty of times. I joke about it all the time, Property Rich. When talking about entering into liquidity pools, I say, do you have $50? Do you got $50 to enter it, play around in the liquidity pool, figure some stuff out? If not, you can borrow them from your kid. Your kid's got $50. Guess how I know? They're online playing some of them popular online games, World of Warcraft or whatever that other popular one is. I know is what is it? Not Medal of Honor. Fortnite. There it is. Fortnite. They're playing Fortnite, bro. Borrow some money from your kids and figure this thing out. Figure this thing out. That's exactly what I said to Payme and FXRP is here and accounted for 100%. How are you, bro? Property says, well, he's responding to Jungle. What did Jungle say prior to that? That's right. There it is right there. I said that. Jungle, you're right, says Property Rich. I have bags. I only hold. Only buy what I know about. I'm not into every token. I have other investors to make big money on this. I have other investments to make big money on. This is a 10-year thing. 1,000%. It's a 10-year thing. 1,000%. If you don't have the stomach for that, go into cakes. They last about 1 week. That's exactly right. And if we won't share the real Property Rich and the truth, if the XRP entertaining content creators won't share the real and the truth, we will. This is a 10-year game. It takes 5 years to just figure out what you're doing. Like, what is this thing I'm in? What are layer ones and layer twos? What the heck is a roll-up? Why does ZK technology matter? What is ZK technology? What's this thing? Account abstraction. What do I need to know that for? Why or no CBDC? It takes about 5 years to figure out what it is that you're doing, bro. Jungle says many never sell Bitcoiners will still buy Bitcoin specifically to use. 1,000%. Mr. Huber doesn't seem to understand that. And I little back and forth. I had to explain to him that you don't understand, bro. You need to take a look around. One is for long-term wealth preservation, and the other is using BTC as a tool. 1,000%. Just ask the people over at Babylon. as an example. Ask the people over at Stacks as an example. Ask the people over at Tap Protocol as an example. Find out about Root stock. Pop your head outside of the XRP bubble and take a look around. Hong Tech Fu says martial arts is the same. It takes many years. Indeed, it does. I used to be a martial artist myself. Indeed, it does. Alex Wright's like, yes, Siege. Cake. Cake's a good option. I love cake too. All right, so let's go. Let's get into this little back and forth with Huber, Mr. Huber, see what he has to say. And continue that on. And again, we're just going to do a little adulting. I'm not going to get offended. Hopefully, he's not going to get offended. We're just going to have a little back and forth. And in the end, if we just agree to disagree, I mean, it's all good. I'm not expecting, I'm not going to be blocking Mr. Huber because he disagrees with what I'm saying. All right, let's take a look. You guys want to see this little back and forth with me and Mr. Huber? Let's see. Let's see if I can't find it. Let's see, it's got 8. Let's see what we got. Oh, Jungle responded to something. Okay. Okay. I don't know. Did Mr. Huber have any more back and forth? I don't think he did because I responded there. I responded there. All right. So I said this to, I responded to someone responding to Mr. Huber because Mr. Huber, he got on panels. He got on panels about Panos' post. So let me see if I can find it. So I responded to someone responding to that. So I guess we should first start with Panos' post. Okay, if I can find Panos. Anybody know his at thing? Don't remember. And I know it's for some odd reason, there's a lot of panels. Why in the world are there a lot of panels? Oh, there it is right there. Oh, I got lucky. Okay. He posted something, I think it was yesterday or so. He's the co-founder of Anados Finance. I've been on Anados checking it out, helping them create better UI and UX. He's got a new book, Understanding the Crypto Economy. How about that? This is what he said here. And Mr. Huber reposted it, and that's how we got into a little back and forth. He said, because of this not financial advice person, doing the BG 123 thing. Okay, remember the BG 123, the bearable bull, the bearable guy stuff, jungle. Remember that? It was fun. I'm not sure if people took that overly serious. It was fun though. All right, it's 2024. So many XRPL developments are happening. And the most followed accounts and liked posts on X by the community are riddlers, engagement farmers, or scammers. That's what he was talking about. In other words, he's saying, where's the post? Where's the engagement on the XRPL developments? Where are those? Because he's right. It's either over here or it's everything around Ripple. Ripple's this and Ripple's that and Ripple's this, Ripple's the godsend, Ripple's that, all that stuff. Nah, bro, that's not right. Not if you're an XRP holder. It ain't about Ripple. If you're an XRP holder, it is about, in my opinion, the XRPL. That is where the win is. So, Mr. Huber reposted this and responded. And that's where I got into it. Just where all this stuff led. Because his first thing was, you've obviously never met a Bitcoiner. Because I responded. Let me see if my response. I responded to somebody's. Yeah, I responded to this guy here, who says Mr. Huber was right. I was also confused about needing the community. I was also confused about needing the community on the one hand, and talking over their heads in the same breath. I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. Most are skeptical with playing around with their assets in a relatively new industry. Most are skeptical with playing around with their new assets in a relatively new industry, with their assets in a relatively new industry. I said, this is a $3 trillion industry in which most people do play around with their assets. It's only the XRP holders with this mindset who want the institutions to use their assets, but won't themselves. And he said, you obviously never met a Bitcoiner. I said, Bitcoiners, because I have popped my head outside the XRPL bubble and take a look around, Bitcoiners are craving and building ways to use their Bitcoin. Even if only to lend their Bitcoin. One example is Babylon in the Cosmos ecosystem for staking their Bitcoin. Also, there is, because I've been looking around, also there is currently a divide on the never sell your Bitcoin thesis in the Bitcoin community. Mainly, Michael Saylor is saying one thing, and what's the other dude saying? The other wrote the book. Gosh darn it. Not the Bitcoin Standard with Safadine. It's the other one. I turned Crypto Eddie on to this dude. Gosh, I always forget the name of his book and the name of the guy. Natalie Brunell's mentor. Let's see. I can't remember. I always forget his name. I don't know why. He's a real smart guy. He's a hugely successful business person in technology. Anyway, it'll come to me. But that's what I said there. He's on the other side in that no, people should and are spending their Bitcoin. All right. So let's see about more of, and here's Mr. Huber's response to this, to Panos. No sarcasm. The XRPL has a dev problem. The crust of the problem lies with the XRPL developers who constantly complain. Oh, gosh. Oh, okay. Let me do that. I forgot. All right. So who constantly complain that the community shows no interest, while at the same time taking pride in acting like this unsophisticated community is not their target audience. They see the XRP community as too ignorant, too stupid, and their products as too classy and intellectual, which I 1,000% disagree with that. If the community really isn't your target audience, why waste time whining and complaining about them? And if they are, it's high time you rethink your approach and stop bad-mouthing. Have you ever thought of creatively utilizing the community's penchant for riddles? Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, I get it. That's just too silly for devs. Just ask yourself, is the XRP community your target audience or not? Now, I agree with that latter part of that. If not, then stop complaining, says Mr. Huber. If yes, adjust your solutions and marketing to your audience accordingly and stop bad mouthing them. And he didn't, I don't think he's bad mouthing the community. He says this is embarrassing. Why aren't more people in the community into and have knowledge of what's going on the XRPL? This is where the win is. And the fact of the matter, in my opinion, the community is more distracted and more hoped up than they are about what's going on the XRPL, because they've been led to believe that some other thing is going to do the thing for them. That's what they believe. Now, let me see if there's some more back and forth with me and Mr. Huber. Jungle responded and said to Mr. Huber, easy for an investor to choose a chain without a dev problem. Just click a few buttons. Harder for someone who has built a business on a wrong chain. Yet here you are you. All right. So I guess he didn't respond after my Bitcoiner thing. I thought he would have responded. A little back and forth. So for me, again, the developers have an XRPL problem, right? And the community problem. The community problem is the complete and utter fear of losing their assets. Again, it's not about risk, it's about skills. It's not just skills, it's part of the skill is portfolio management. Like Jungle was saying, a lot of Bitcoiners do use their Bitcoin as a tool. Oh, okay.
Долго еще? Быстро или нет?
No, need. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Час?
So in any case, that was Mom. That's, I think, is the issue. So we got to get over that fear, right? And how do we get over that fear of using our assets? You got to learn more skills. You got to learn more skills. I mean, here's the truth, though. Orchestra Finance just launched when? When did Orchestra Finance launch? It seems to be, the favorite. It seems to be the favorite. When did that launch? That just came out. That just came out in 2024, right? Anados Finance just came out in 2024. Now, why 2024? What happened to the ledger that allowed them to do that? I don't know. Do you think that no one has been thinking about building something like Orchestra Finance? When you got Uniswap and freaking Sushi Swap, do you think that the XRPL devs weren't trying to figure out a way to do something? Why 2024? Some changes had to be made to the XRPL. And those changes had to go through a gatekeeper. There's this huge gatekeeper issue. And in addition to the gatekeeper issue, there's also this time to get a thing done. Like this whole, process. And another thing David Schwartz mentioned, there's, it's kind of, he said it was like a feature and what do they call it? Right? Like I don't know, feature and whatever, bug feature, right? He said, well, the great thing is that, the great thing is it does take a little priceless, takes a long time to get something. The bad part is it takes a long time, right? Because the great good is it takes a long time, but we can get it right. We can, but the bad part is it takes a long time. So I can't imagine, Jungle, in a world where we got Sushi Swap and freaking Pancake Swap. that the XRPL dev community didn't want to bring their version of that to the freaking ledger. I can't imagine it. Are you suggesting to me that the XRP dev community only wanted to do freaking NFTs? Is someone going to try and make that argument? Is someone going to try to make that argument that the devs, they just wanted NFTs? They didn't want to tap into DeFi? Come on, bro. The best they could come up with is a wallet extension? Or the best thing they wanted was to come up with a wallet extension? The XRPL doesn't have a dev problem. The devs had an XRPL problem. Pay attention to what's coming. Stay tuned to what's coming to the XRPL. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind to what's coming. But it was only because of people, in my opinion, like we say when in XRPL Commons, who had the courage to speak the truth and address the issues and concerns, who were no longer good, who took a look around, by the way, who popped their heads outside of the XRP bubble and took a look around and discovered that we ain't winning. Who, with knowing that, still decides to stay and grow and tackle the challenge. By the way, nobody's running. But we can't take down the beast until we know who the beast is. So I would argue that it's not a dev problem. The XRPL don't have a dev problem. The devs have an XRPL problem. And oh, by the way, if there's a community challenge, it's on us, the community. If the community doesn't know how to hop on the freaking XRPL, that's on us. As a community. Hold on a second. Right? How many of those XRP entertaining content creators have done videos on how to use Moi Finance, how to use Orchestra Finance, how to use Anados Finance, how to use DexFi.pro? How many videos about that? Are you suggesting that's on the developers? I would ask you, as a community, when are we going to take the onus and put it on us? Put it on us. You know how I learned to use the root network? Remember the root network with the bridge and remember all that? There was not one XRP content creator showing the community how to use that, how to get to the root network and back from the root network. Not one. Not one. Not one. I managed to find 2 channels, couple hundred subs, showing people how to do it. And when I say not one, I'm talking about the bigger names, the big people that most people know. Talking about those, not one. There was not one video. You can't put that on the devs. Each of us need all of us, bro. And all of us need each of us. I found 2 people. Watch the videos over and over and over again. Took my precious XRP and used it. Again, we cannot afford to be lazy in learning. Why? Because it costs too much. You right now, most of the people watching this video do not know how to make $100 a day in DeFi. A day. Don't know how to make $1 a day. Don't know that you can make $1 a day, or you can make $10 a day, you can make $20 a day in DeFi, bear or bull market. And I would argue if you can make 10, you can make 100. If you can make 100, you can make 200. If you can make 200, you can make 500. It's there, it's available, it's out there. So the know how to do that is out there and it's available. I'm on a journey. I'm on a journey learning and discovering these things. I'm on a journey. But I know I'm about a year ahead of most people watching this video. And so I'll share what I've learned. That's how it goes. While I'm learning from the people that are 5 and 7 years ahead of me. That's how it's supposed to work. When I get enough interest from the Patreon group, I'm going to turn them on to my guys. Right now, I'm just sharing with them what I do, what I've learned. That's how it's supposed to work. And then when I'm 3, 4, 5 years into my journey, then I'll do a different thing. But I'm not there yet. But I know. I 1000% know. Jungle Lee says Lightning is all about putting your Bitcoin in use to help make payments. It's a crazy argument. And they got another thing too, is another app they got going on with that same kind of conflict. I think it's called Nostr, N-O-S-T-R. N-O-S-T-R. And here's my challenge with the XRP entertainment content creators. If you can do deep research to find out ETHgate and all that madness, surely you could figure out that there's a bunch of layer 2s to Bitcoin, that there's not just order nodes and not just pups. Surely you could find out about based AI. Surely you can learn about stacks and tap protocol and rootstock. Surely you can find out about Nostr, N-O-S-T-R. But instead, what you want to do is throw shade on the thing in which you chose not to participate in. And build an army around that. And try to throw shade on the thing because you made the wrong choice in 2013. That's what's been going on. For real, for real. That's what's been going on. So Google Nostr, Google rootstock, Google tap root, Find out about the BRC20s. Take a look around, is my encouragement to each and every one of you. Because we have to move from just being a retail investor waiting for when moon to become a sophisticated investor. Sophisticated investors are in the know. You can't run hedge funds, crypto hedge funds, and not be in the know. Do you really think the Solana ETF from Brazil that just recently got approved was just because? Do you really think it's just because? Or is there something to the Solana ecosystem that the sophisticated investors have figured out? Right? Roke Trade says, I legit think Ripple hasn't found any use case for XRP. There's nobody using it for the use case they keep claiming it's for. There are people using it, but the challenge is the use, the manner in which they're using it does not bring value accrual to the asset. It doesn't bring value accrual to the asset, but there are people using it. But it doesn't bring value accrual. They need to be on chain, which they've decided to do, to bring some products on chain and figure out the way, which they have figured out, how to create storage demand for the asset. That's when we'll get the value accrual. They've just figured it out. That's why I say stay tuned and pay attention to what's coming. Because when you create a next level AMM and you create a lending protocol, you can do some stuff with those things. You can do some stuff with those things. But they had to tap into interoperability. Why? Well, they had to do the EVM thing. Why? Because the XRPL, David Schwartz, there aren't a lot of people who know how to build on it. He told us the problem or the challenge, and they are addressing it. But we need to know the truth as an investor. This is why Jungle keeps getting on Ripple about disclosing stuff. There is zero reason, to be frank with you, that we should be finding this out in 2024 as an XRP investor. There is no excuse for that we're just finding that out. But the reason for just finding it out now is because Ripple is an entity that has to put a certain face on to the public. So does Brad Garlinghouse. And so does every employee at Ripple. That's the reality. That's the reality. That's the reason for the face. Well, Jungle has been saying for as long as I've been watching this channel, we need more disclosures from Ripple. That's what he's been saying. We need more disclosures. That's a prime example. Why in the world will we just gain this knowledge in 2024? Why? Because Ripple is an entity with an image to portray. I'm not saying they're trying to hide stuff. What I'm saying is they have a priority. And the priority is to the shareholders. You gotta get that. Once you get that and you understand that as an XRP holder, okay, I understand they got this thing they got to do. That doesn't mean you're giving up on them. I'm not giving up on them. There is zero shot of that. They got to win, just like Jungle said. They have got to come up with a W for their shareholders' sake. They've got to come up with a W. That's just the facts, man. There's too many new chains coming along, okay, that have the benefit of learning from others that have come before them. There's too many other new stuff coming along. The OGs have got to get it right. They got to find their lane and make it win. This is why MakerDAO revamping their tokenomics and their model, adapting with the game. This is why Aave has doing what they're doing with their new model as well, adapting to the new game. Because these newcomers are learning from prior mistakes. They're not coming in with the same mistakes. You understand? They're not coming in with the same mistakes. What are you saying, B? What are you saying is not true? Let's talk about that. B came in and said, sup killers and thrillers. Sup killers and thrillers. Oh, maybe he's talking about the narrative issue. B says XRP has a narrative issue. Leo says 100%. Just about that. That's right. Property Rich is right. There's a saying here in Croatia that I'm not wealthy enough to buy cheap. This is the same mindset you need for investment. Get the education first. The challenge in the community was becoming addicted to the hopium and not leveling up. Mickey B. Fresh has been saying this for forever. Base comment from Property Rich. Yeah. I mean, you know. Rogue Trey says, I appreciate the response. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. My guy, you're welcome. Rogue Trey said, earn a sub. Well, welcome to the channel, brother. Appreciate the sub. Kung Tech Fu says, hello, Axelar, Slant, Cosmos, Atom, ecosystem. Absolutely. And I promise you, my friends, those devs over there in the Cosmos ecosystem or whatever, listen to me. When they find out about the prowess of the XRPL with that AMM, listen to me. Have you not ever seen a group of people be with an entity and then a few of those group of people break off and do their own thing? You ever see that? That's what happened with SUI, by the way. SUI, right? It happens all the time in the digital asset space, all the time. And this is what's going to happen with, in my opinion, is going to happen with this Cosmos and this, you know, Axelar and Evmos and all that stuff. In my opinion, that's what's going to happen. I got to open the can from hold on. Right? Right? This is what's going to happen, in my opinion. I already told you we got Solana beat by 0. I love the Solana ecosystem. I'm participating in it every day. Love it. We got Solana beat by 0, Alex, right? Hey, Rogue Trades. We got Solana beat by 0, baby. There is no AMM on Solana like the AMM on the XRPL. It's important to know that. But here's the other end. Here's the flip side of that. There is no community of active users like Solana. Not one. Of users. Those are the facts, babe. Those are the facts. And now we know another truth. I bet you 80% of people on this stream did not know that David Schwartz said not a lot of developers. I mean, developers is in the developer community, not in the XRP community, in the developer community. There's not a lot of devs that know how to build on the XRPL. And Jungle is right. We, as an XRP holder, should have known about that years ago. So we can make our own decision. So perhaps maybe it's easy to figure stuff out. Maybe it's easier to be patient when you know. Maybe it's easy to be patient when you know. Like the hedge fund guy is saying, the biggest problem with retail is they don't know how to be patient. And an example of that came in the last few days. All the retail was selling their assets. And the institutions were sitting there just buying it up. Hi, baby. Just buying it up. Kyle T. Moore's in the building. What's going on? Alex Wright said, Jungle is a real one. Indeed. People try to throw, sometimes people lose their mind. They don't understand. Cal says, good afternoon, Siege, everyone watching on my drive time. Appreciate you checking in, Kyle Timor. Be safe, bro. Test Luck says, hello, chat. I was wondering if you could tell me why it says AED after my XRP. Where's your XRP at, bro? Test Luck, where is your XRP? If you can tell. I've never seen that, AED. B says that W is going to drop all at once. I agree. I agree. That win is going to drop all at once for the XRPL. I agree. But again, like the hedge fund guy says, do you have the patience? And in the patience to wait for the thing to do, you gotta know where you are right now. You gotta be sophisticated enough to know the W hasn't happened yet, but it's coming. You have to be sophisticated enough to be able to deal with that. Not have it hidden from you by XRP entertaining content creators who happen to be shareholders of Ripple. We can all handle the truth. We can handle a little, I don't even know if it's negative. It's the real world of a startup. It takes a minute to get an L. You know how long it took for Google to be in the profit? What about Microsoft? What do you think, that stuff just happens overnight? It takes a minute for that stuff. Ripple's already got through the biggest hurdles, the 3 to 4 year hurdle without going under. They're getting ready to approach how long has Ripple been around? Yeah, so they've already reached the 10-year thing as well. Those are major milestones, by the way, for startups. 90-something% of them are toast by their 3rd, 4th, 5th year. Toast out of the game. So it's okay to know, to be able to deal with the L's as well. Todd Sellers, what's going on, bro? Taking taking out a show at the Georgia World Congress Center. It's been a minute, Todd. How are you, bro? Just wanted to say, hey, C's, I appreciate you checking in. You said your XRP has AAD behind it? Test XRP, that's test luck. That's what I was talking about. What does that mean? Oh, it's on Coinbase? I've never seen that, an AED. Back to work, Laxeter game. All right, be safe, brother. Alex Rice said, I just started learning about Near and Sui. Yeah. Yeah. Later, brother. See you, B. Bubba Smith says, and this is a mature approach. So far, I'm only an investor in digital assets. Haven't played with them yet. That's a mature approach. That'll happen. It'll come with time. It'll come with time. Jungle says, Solana has smart contracts, gaming, lots of users, and is still a 2-day pump away from XRP passing it. Life ain't so bad. It's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's another point. This is exactly right. And in the end, does it matter who's 2 or 3 or 4 on CoinGecko? That doesn't matter. What matters is the number of active users. What matters is the network adoption. Is it if that thing going up and to the right or no? That's what matters to the digital asset holder. That's what matters. I just saw something. I'm gonna see if I have it saved. I just saw some about some Solana game, some game on Solana with 1 million active users. It's from Cointelegraph. Let me see if I can pull it up. When, what game is this? Let me look at it here first. All right, come on. You know, Cointelegraph, you know, you gotta be careful what they say. They've got to be careful what they say. All right. 11 years, jungle, yep. Probably Star Atlas, Bubba Smith. I used to have some Star Atlas tokens and some Navi tokens, something like that. So Jungle has an answer for you, Test XRP. I mean, I keep saying Test XRP. Goodness gracious. Test Luck. Jungle has an answer for you. He says, I think AED is the currency code it's priced in. Is the person in the Arab Emirates dirham? Or is their setting set to display the value in AED? So there it is. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Jungle, for sharing that. I'm going to take a look at this thing, then I'm going to hop off here. So there wasn't much back and forth. After my couple of comments from Mr. Huber, that was kind of it. That was fun. Solana's first gaming SVM. Don't know what that is. Surpasses 1 million monthly active users. Despite the significant milestone, Web3 gaming still needs more soft infrastructure for mass adoption, according to Sonic's CEO. I don't know what Sonic is. Sonic's testnet, you're talking about this is a testnet, has surpassed 1 million monthly active users. So this is a testnet, in a testament to the growing adoption of Web3 games. But he said Solana, so we'll see what's going on here. Sonic, the first gaming focused Solana virtual machine Layer 2. Generated over 600 million transactions from over 100 million users during its testnet. Okay, the user surge was largely due to the Odyssey's testnet campaign, which offered users rewards for playing and transacting on the testnet, according to Chris Zhu. So there is the reason. Users are rewarded rings for transacting on the testnet and completing certain tasks. Now, what does the platform get from that? It gets to be stress tested. It gets to help find and discover bugs. For networks, F asset testing. People are getting rewarded for it, and thus they're participating. He says the tasks also include things like competing actions within our ecosystem games. So there it is. That's why. Sonic is part of a new paradigm called play to earn, or Web3 gaming, that aims to reward users for their time and create player-owned economies with real-world value. So there's a new thing. Sonic SVMs, the virtual machine. It's interesting. We'll have to learn more about that. We'll have to learn more about that because I'll be interested. Sonic closed 12 million Series A funding led by Bitcraft Ventures at the end of June. All right, total is 16 million raised. So there that is. Interesting. Jungle says, I don't know if that's correct, test luck, but that's the only thing you can kind of think of. It kind of makes sense, though. Jungle, kind of makes sense. What's going on, Auntie Val? How are you? All right, fam. So there it is. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys checking on a Saturday. What a cool hangout, huh? Jungle Inc., Auntie Val, you're going to have to catch that replay, miss. Bubba Smith, I appreciate you checking in. Hydro Zoe, I appreciate you checking in, my guy. B is out of the building. I said Bubba Smith. Property Rich, thanks so much for checking in. Tesla, appreciate you checking in, guys. Do me a favor. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, please do so on the way out. That would be super, super cool. Kyle T. Moore and Kung Tech Fu, Rogues Trade, the new sub. Appreciate you checking in, my guy. The Mosquito Aristocrat. Oh, my God, I missed you checking in. Appreciate you being here. Contact Food, pay me an XRP. I love it. Appreciate you checking in. Alex Wright, Leo Messi. Appreciate you guys checking in. Pay me an XRP said, yeah, I was stuck in the XRP bubble for about 3 years. Gosh darn, XRP so-called influencers had me brainwashed. It was my own fault. But as a newbie, you tend to go with the information that's there. Then I realized all the gains being made all around me while I was just waiting and accumulating XRP. At some point, the light went off and I began to do my own independent research. Best decision. I hear you, my guy. I hear you. Smart move. All right. So make sure I said that. John Denver, I appreciate you checking in, my friend. Property Rich. Van Decken. Appreciate you hanging out on a beautiful Saturday. Appreciate all of you. Peter and Vet, I hope you got what you came for, my guy. Mr. XRP All In. I'm going to have to check out that game. I didn't watch it, but I'm going to have to check it out. Let's see what's good. All right, family. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm going to end this live stream like I do all my live streams to remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. Bye.